Hello everybody, welcome back. This is the circular station. My name is Rich. We're working on a shoulder day today. And here we have a warm up 75 pounds. I haven't seen many people do it this way, but it's just felt like a good way to loosen the shoulders up, going behind the head, up, and then in front of the head. Kind of round off the activation of the nervous system a little bit. In theory. But we're going to work on overhead press for a little bit, move into other things. And for those of you who watched the last video on the leg day, I was still feeling sore after 4 days, or 3 days of rest. This is the 4th day after leg day. Still feeling a little sore in my quads, so really tore those muscle fibers up. I'm not sure if that played into the systemic rest of today's lift, but again, we're still in a calorie deficit. On this day, I weighed in at about 196 pounds, so still doing well on the deficit part, but still loosening up here. I increased the weight to 115 pounds. Still warming up again, waking up the nervous system. Adding some weight. This will be the top set, all the way to failure. As you can tell, I'm not going all the way down to the chest. Just below the chin is where I like to go. Just under 90 degrees, which is the strongest point. I end up getting 7 reps. Tried to get 8. But we end up doing a rest pause set. Waited 15 long seconds before jumping back underneath there, trying to do another set to failure. But we only end up getting one more hard working set, hard working rep rather, with a hold on the way back down for the eccentric at about 90 degrees, and that's all we got. The weighted pull-ups, it's not really working the same muscles as the other lifts are, but I saw a video of somebody doing weighted pull-ups for a PR, and I hadn't done that in a long time. I don't think I've ever actually done a personal record 1 rep max for pull-ups, but this just felt like a good way to loosen up the shoulders some more, all the way from a dead hang. I'm just gonna do 1 reps with all the weight I can handle. In the past, I've done sets of 5 with a 45-pound plate before, but I've been doing a lot of cable pull downs as of late. So, switching it up. I'm not really taking a whole lot of rest in between these since I'm only doing 1 rep. Here's a 45-pound plate. I'd say there's probably a 10 or 15 second rest in between while I change the weight. Yeah, the next plate is 55 pounds. I know you don't see many of those, but I knew I would get this, but I wasn't sure if I would get it twice. But for what it's worth, I'm 6 foot, about 196 pounds, doing a 55-pound weighted pull-up. And since I couldn't get it twice, I went ahead and tried to do an isometric hold on the way down, again at 90 degrees. But it took some effort to get my chin over the bar, and then held it as long as I could, since I knew I wasn't going to be able. It's getting a little dark, so bear with the video. Tried to give it a little more brightness. But moving on to hammer curls, 75, 80 pounds. Still not sure of the starting weight without the weight plates on there. If anybody has suggestions, leave them in the comments for more home gym shoulder targeting workouts, because at this point I'm kind of limited and I need some variety. So, and I haven't yet gotten a full set of dumbbells, at least not as heavy as I would like them to be. But these work the side delts and a little bit of the biceps and chest, especially at the top. So another iso hold all the way to failure. I know some of these are what people do on back day, but again, limited on some things since I don't have any machines. But here we attach the straps here to mitigate some of the loss in reps from losing grip strength. But pretty much did this to failure as well. Knocked out 20 reps. Working the traps a little bit. Yep. But no loss of grip on that set, even though it was a long set. And here I forgot to change the camera, but you can kind of tell these are rear delt raises. And I was really sweaty at this point, and I thought about doing an incline chest on the bench lateral raises, but it almost felt like having my head the way I do, that it isolated the rear delts a little more in some capacity. But just kind of an experimental set right here. More or less to failure. These are 15-pound dumbbells. Sun's still going down, obviously. Uh, we'll finish up here. Some more rear delt raises. Kind of feel the burn a little bit. And once those were kind of finishing up, we go straight into some lateral raises to failure. Trying to work around the whole shoulder muscle, round everything off pretty symmetrically. went to college for kinesiology. Still open to any tips or comments on technique or form or different exercises. So leave them in the comments if you have any. Still trying to reach a goal weight of about 185 pounds. Got about 10 more pounds to go. So stick around for the journey. Should be seeing progress throughout the rest of the year. But thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.